What I'm about to tell you is the holy grail of masculinity that 99% of modern men don't have the discipline to master. If you have the courage, the harsh truths I'm about to lay out in this video, watch on and see for yourself what it is. Gentlemen, it is November, and there can't be a more pertinent time of the year to talk about this. I see this as a dividing line between high value and low value men. It is the barrier that you have to jump if you want to stop being drained and weak beta that gets pushed around by life aimlessly. That is the discipline of NoFap. I know it's something not too many people in the world want to hear about. You're living in a world full of distractions and temptations. Who wants to go through such grueling self-discipline? Seed retention is the most important thing a man can do. And this month commemorates what it truly means to be able to develop that discipline. I remember reading a famed self-help book recently. It was called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It was the usual self-improvement advice you normally get, but as I turned the pages and got to the end of the book, I noticed something incredible. It was the chapter on sexual transmutation. Transmutation, that's a new word for me. I wanted to know what it meant, and what it had to do with sexuality. And what I found out was, it changed and deepened my understanding of what it truly means to be a man. Here's the thing. Men throughout history have been driven by a desire to reproduce. It's one of the most deeply ingrained things inside us, and men will go to any length they want to ensure that their genetic lineup continues to the next generation. Men have fought wars, acquired power, conquered lands, and amassed wealth just to be able to have the opportunity to find a good woman and have children with her. In the modern world of overabundance, however, this innate drive has been put into overdrive because of the availability of sexual triggers everywhere you look. Men now can satisfy this biological drive that led them to achieve great feats without doing any of the work. All they have to do is look at the screen and release their load onto a pixelated woman on it. What a disgrace that is to masculinity, watching other men do to a woman what you want to do to her, and imagining yourself in his position instead of making yourself worthy of getting it. That has been a major problem since the rise of the internet. But in the last 10 years, with the smartphone revolution, now everyone has a private screen in their pocket, and they can look at the most beautiful woman in the world without any judgment or cost. This is a crisis of overabundance. It comes too easy, and no one respects something that comes too easy. It kills your drive to build, achieve, and improve. It reduces you a useless mass just indulging in momentary pleasures in the dark of his private room. That is not where men were ever meant to be, and I want to play my part in making sure we never become that. Here's how. I remember my first journey to NoFap. For long I had been stuck in a cycle of PMO since my early puberty, and I had no idea if this was normal or if I had to change something about myself. I did not know if everyone does this or if it is something I can talk to someone about. But as I grew older, I started using the same tools of the internet that started me on my PMO cycle and turned them into the greatest tool of resistance against it. It's still vivid in my memory. Rollo Tomasi has a big name of the early manosphere, and he was the go-to guy for anything to do with masculine issues, even things we could talk about to our own parents. The advice I got from him and the dots he helped me connect to the time made me realize, this is why I can't focus at school. This is why I feel drained of energy all the time. This is why I feel nervous around girls I like. I put the pieces together and knew I had to get rid of this habit that was stealing my dreams from me. Now remember, this is a time when No Nut November was never ever a thing. I had realized where I was going wrong in life because I went out and actively searched for the answers. And that's what every man needs to do. There are some things I realized about this discipline that I believe every man would do good to hear. Always, the first few months of this are ridden with temptation everywhere. For a warm-blooded hetero male who is at the prime of his sexual response, it is obvious the amount of self-restraint needed to maintain this discipline. But that's the sacrifice recovered to become a man you want to become. I'm fond of something that Andrew Tate often says, happiness lies atop a mountain. He's telling us that the fantasized idea of success we have in our minds where we don't have to work for it. It's akin to saying that you should be able to see the beautiful view from the mountaintop without even making the climb. I believe the advice is profoundly pragmatic in the red pill space. Men throughout history have been a blank slate, and we have to work hard to prove ourselves and build our own character from the ground up. This is the essence of masculinity. Unfortunately, it has been lost in the modern world, and the vicious cycle of PMO that men have become entrapped in is largely to blame. When you preserve your life force, it goes back into your body and replenishes every single cell, nourishing it and helping it strengthen. In this sexualized society, everything is used as a trigger to make us participate in the modern consumerist world, and that is depleting young men of its most vital nutrient energy. Your seed is the blueprint of human life, and it created after arduous days of your body toiling to create a few drops of it. You cannot let all of that effort go to waste and complain of low energy and motivation. The problem is staring you right in the face. I say to the young men of today, you are at the crossroads in your life. You have the paths ahead of you, one of hedonism and impulsive pleasure, and the other of delayed gratification and the fulfillment of finding true success. Then say you have the freedom to make your choice in life, but not the freedom to escape the consequences of your choice. And this hardened message is the need of the hour for our current weak society, because it will translate into men being more aware of how every action they take is having a detrimental impact on their lives and their masculinity. This is the only noble pursuit for a man. Work to make yourself better. But the bedrock of that is the ability to retain your seed and break the damaging PMO cycle. Doing that will already put you ahead of 99% of men in the world today. In this pursuit, the greatest thing you can do is gain the relevant knowledge. And even in that, the online space and the manosphere is your greatest reservoir of knowledge that will help guide you to a straight path in life. My channel is a step in that direction. I want masculine fire to become the greatest well of manly wisdom on the internet, and for that I need your help. I need the modern man to come join me in the fight for positive, healthy masculinity. We cannot be callous and careless. We cannot let ourselves fade away like this and never reach out our true potential. It is the greatest tragedy for a man to never have seen what he was capable of before he finally dies. Keep that in mind and you will feel the urgency to better yourself, starting with breaking the cycle of PMO. So like the video and hit the subscribe button for more amazing content. Videos like this will put you in the top 1% of men in the world, and you will become the man you were always meant to become. Until next time.